Did you know that there are royal families around the world who are literally just one tragedy away from disappearing forever? From Europe's ancient dynasties with only a single heir to Asia's once powerful monarchies hanging by a thread, royal extinction is a very real threat in the modern world. Therefore, in today's video, we're talking about 12 royal houses that could disappear within our lifetime, taking with them centuries of history, tradition, and power. So without further ado, let's begin. At number 12, we've got the House of Savoy from Italy. It's one of Europe's oldest royal dynasties with a rich history spanning nearly a millennium. The House of Savoy was founded by Humbert I, known as the White-Handed, around 1003. Initially, they controlled the country of Savoy, a small alpine region. Currently, the House of Savoy is considered to be nearly extinct for several reasons. The most significant factor is the abolition of the Italian monarchy in 1946. This event effectively ended the official role and recognition of the royal family within Italy, limiting any formal succession issues within the country itself. Following the abolition of the monarchy, the male members of the House of Savoy was exiled. Although the exile was lifted in 2002, the family no longer has any official role or status in Italy, which has generally diminished their influence and relevance, as the Italian constitution initially barred male descendants of the House of Savoy from entering Italy. That created a disconnection for the royal family members within Italian society for several decades. Internally, the House of Savoy has faced succession disputes, which have further complicated its status. These disputes have involved disagreements over who should be the legitimate head of the family, with different branches claiming the title. This internal conflict has weakened the unity and continuity of the house. At number 11, we've got the House of Glücksburg from Greece, a branch of the House of Oldenburg. It began its reign in Greece in 1863 when Prince William of Denmark was elected as the King of the Hellenes, taking the name of King George I. This marked the beginning of the Glucksburg dynasty in Greece, which lasted until the monarchy was abolished in 1973 and 74. Currently, the House of Glücksburg in Greece is considered to be near extinction for several reasons. The most significant factor is the abolition of the Greek monarchy in 1973-74. This event effectively ended the official role and recognition of the royal family within Greece, limiting any formal succession issues within the country itself. Since the abolition of the former royal family, it's lived in foreign lands. This means that they no longer have any official role or status in Greece, which has greatly diminished their influence and relevance. One of the main challenges facing the former royal family is maintaining that relevance and connection to their historical roots while living in foreign countries. They face the difficulty of preserving their heritage and identity without having an official role or recognition within Greece. While the family still observes traditional succession practices within their lineage, with Crown Prince Pavlos as the current head of the royal family, this is largely symbolic and holds no legal or political power in Greece. Next, we've got the House of Hohenzollern from Germany. It's one of Europe's most prominent royal dynasties with a rich history spanning back nearly a millennium. Currently, the House of Hohenzollern is near extinction in terms of living members. Its political relevance and royal status in Germany have been significantly diminished at the same time. The most significant factor is the abolition of the German monarchy in 1918. This event effectively ended its official role in recognition by the people of the royal family within Germany totally, limiting any formal succession issues within the country itself. Since the abdication of Wilhelm II, the Hohenzollerns have held no official status or political power in Germany. The family functions as private citizens without any formal role in the state, and the family has been engaged in ongoing legal battles over restitution claims for properties and artifacts confiscated after the Great Upheaval in the mid-20th century. These claims have been complicated by historical ties to bad regimes, which has led to public controversies and debate in Germany. The family's historical association with Great Upheaval and alleged ties to the bad regime have tainted their public image as well. This historical baggage continues to affect their political influence and the public's perception of the family, making it challenging for them to maintain relevance in modern German society. While not as prominent as in some other royal houses, the Hohenzollerns have faced internal challenges regarding succession and leadership of the family itself as well. At number 9, we've got the House of Karadjordjevic from Serbia. It's a Serbian royal dynasty that has played a significant role in the history of Serbia and former Yugoslavia. Founded by Karadjordje Petrovic, a prominent revolutionary leader who spearheaded the first Serbian uprising against the Ottoman Empire in 1804, this dynasty has left a lasting mark on Serbian society and history. Currently, the House of Karadjordjevic faces the threat of extinction due to a combination of historical events and contemporary challenges. changes. The dynasty's decline began during the Great Upheaval when Yugoslavia was invaded by Axis powers in 1941 during World War II. This led to the royal family's forced exile, effectively removing them from their positions of power and influence. The subsequent establishment of the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia under Josip Broz Tito in 1945 abolished the monarchy, further diminishing the family's role in Serbian society. During their decades in a foreign country, primarily in the United Kingdom and the United States, the Karadjordjevic family struggled with financial difficulties and a significant loss of political relevance. Their attempts to return to power were largely unsuccessful due to strong anti-monarchist sentiment in Yugoslavia and the geopolitical realities of the cold upheaval. Although members of the family were allowed to return to Serbia in the 1990s, following the breakup of Yugoslavia, they returned as private citizens without any official political role or recognition as a ruling dynasty. Next, we've got the House of Hanover from Germany. The House of Hanover is a German royal dynasty that played a significant role in European history, particularly in Germany and Great Britain. Originating as a cadet branch of the House of Wealth in the early 17th century, the Hanoverian line rose to prominence when George, Duke of Brunswick-Lüneburg, inherited the Principality of Kallenberg in 1635 and moved his residence to Hanover. Currently, the House of Hanover faces the threat of extinction due to a combination of historical events and contemporary challenges. The decline of the House of Hanover began with significant political changes in both Germany and Britain. In Germany, the unification under Prussian leadership in 1871 diminished the political influence of former principalities like Hanover. The establishment of the Weimar Republic and later the Federal Republic of Germany further shifted the political environment away from monarchies as a system in general. In Britain, the reign of Queen Victoria marked an end of the Hanover dynasty, as her marriage to Prince Albert of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha led to the succession of a new royal house entirely. The Austro-Prussian upheaval in 1866 also resulted in an annexation of Hanover by Prussia, significantly reducing the power and influence of the Hanoverian line in Germany by stripping them of their territorial base. This loss of their ancestral lands dealt a severe blow to the dynasty's standing and their resources. At number 7, we've got the House of Romania, also known as the Romanian Royal House. It is a branch of the Hohenzollern dynasty that played a pivotal role in shaping modern Romania. Established in 1866 when Prince Karl of Hohenzollern became Prince Karl I of Romania, the dynasty oversaw the transformation of Romania from a principality into a kingdom. Currently, the House of Romania faces the threat of extinction due to a combination of historical events and contemporary challenges we'll cover now. The forced abdication of King Michael I in 1947 and the subsequent establishment of the Marxist regime effectively ended the royal family's official role in Romania at the time. This abrupt termination of their reign significantly diminished their influence and their ability to maintain their dynastic legacy. Following the abolition of the monarchy, the royal family was forced into leaving their home country, stripped of their citizenship, and had their properties confiscated by the Marxist government at the same time. This chaos lasted for decades, disconnecting the family from their own homeland and making it a challenge for maintaining their relevance in Romanian society at the same time. The current head of the royal family is Her Royal Highness Margarita, Princess of Romania, who holds the title of Custodian of the Crown of Romania. However, Margarita is childless, which raises a significant question about the future leadership of the House of Romania. This lack of direct heirs in the main line of succession poses a serious issue to the continuity of the dynasty. Next, we've got the Royal House of Portugal. The Royal House of Portugal, also known as the House of Braganza or the Brigantine dynasty, is a significant royal house in the Portuguese history. Founded in the 15th century by Alfonso I, the first Duke of Braganza, who was an illegitimate son of King John I of Portugal, currently the Royal House of Portugal is considered to be near extinction due to several factors. Portuguese monarchy was abolished following the 1910 revolution, which established the Portuguese Republic. This significant political shift marked the end of the monarchy's official role in governance and led to exile of the royal family. The abolition itself was the result of growing republican sentiment and dissatisfaction with the monarchy's governance. The current head of the royal house here of Portugal is Dom Duarte Pio, the Duke of Braganza. He has only 3 children: Prince of Vera, Infanta Maria Francisca, and Infant Dinas, Duke of Porto. With such a limited number of direct heirs, the continuation of the royal line becomes more precarious. There have been disputes over the legitimate line of succession within the house up to modern day. These disputes often arise from differing interpretation of dynastic laws and claims by various family members. Such internal conflicts can weaken the cohesion and public perception of the royal family. At number 5, we've got the House of Wettin from Germany. It's one of Europe's oldest and most significant dynasties, with its roots dating back to the early 10th century. The earliest known ancestor of the House of Wettin is Theodoricus, also known as Dietrich I of Wettin, who died around 982. However, it is nearing extinction. The House of Wettin's decline in modern times can be attributed to several factors. The political landscape of Europe underwent significant changes in the 19th and 20th centuries. The Albertine line, which has been electors and later kings of Saxony, saw their rule end with the abdication of the last king in 1918, following the end of the Great Upheaval and the establishment of the Weimar Republic. This marked a significant loss of political power and influence of the Wettins. The two great upheavals had a profound impact on European monarchies, including the House of Wettin. The political upheavals and territory changes at the time that followed these wars further diminished the power and influence of the Wettin family. The rise of republicanism and the decline of feudal structures in Europe played a role in the Wettins' decline as well. As societies moved towards more democratic forms of governance, the traditional roles and privileges of noble families like the Wettins were eroded. The absence of a clear succession line, particularly the Albertine line, contributes to the perception of the Wettin dynasty nearing its extinction. Next, we've got the House of Saxe-Coburg in Gotha from Bulgaria. It is a European royal dynasty that came from the power of Bulgaria in the late 19th century. The Bulgarian branch of this house was established when Ferdinand of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha was elected as the Prince of Bulgaria in 1887. Currently, the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha in Bulgaria is considered to be nearly extinct due to several contributing factors. The most significant factor was the abolition of the monarchy in 1946. Following the Great Second Upheaval, Bulgaria came under Soviet influence, and a referendum was held that overwhelmingly supported the abolition of the monarchy. Bulgaria was then declared a People's Republic, marking an official end of the Saxe-Coburg and Gotha dynasties' rule. The transition to a Marxist state led to the exile of the young King Simeon II and the purging of opposing figures. This drastic political shift that effectively removed the royal family from power and influence of Bulgaria in the world almost entirely. The royal family lived in exile for several decades, which led to a disconnection from the Bulgarian populace. This period of living in a foreign country contributed to the weakening of their presence and relevance in Bulgaria, making it difficult for them to maintain their historical significance. Like many royal families, the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha faces demographic challenges, including limited number of direct heirs. At number 3, we've got the House of Wittelsbach from Germany. It's a prominent German notable family with a rich history dating back to the 11th century. Originating from Bavaria themselves, the Wittelsbachs rose to power in the late 12th century when Otto VI was appointed Duke of Bavaria in 1180 by Emperor Frederick I. This marked the beginning of their 738-year reign over Bavaria, which lasted until 1918. While the House of Wittelsbach continues to exist, several factors contribute to the perception that it's near extinction. The most significant factor is the decline of the Wittelsbachs was during the German Revolution, 1918-1919, which led to the abolition of the monarchy in Bavaria. King Ludwig III at the time was forced to abdicate and flee to Austria, marking the end of the family's political rule. The loss of the official status and power significantly diminished their influence and relevance in modern Germany. Current head of the House of Wittelsbach is Franz, Duke of Bavaria, born in 1933. Franz does not have any children, and his heir presumptive is his younger brother, Prince Max, Duke of Bavaria. This limited number of direct heirs raises concerns about the continuation of the family line. Unlike some of the other royal families in Europe, the Wittelsbach have largely retreated from public life altogether. The current head, Franz, has not presented any serious attempts to restore the monarchy, further reducing the family's influence. Next, we've got the House of Habsburg from Austria. One of Europe's most influential and royal dynasties, it traces its origins back to the 10th century. The family name is derived from Habsburg Castle, built in the 1020s in the present-day land of Switzerland. The House of Habsburg declined in numbers and influence in modern times can be attributed to a couple of factors. The dissolution of the Austro-Hungarian Empire following the Great Upheaval I in 1918 marked a significant turning point. The abdication of the Emperor Charles I, effectively ending the Habsburg line, leading to the loss of their political power and influence, followed soon after. The 20th century saw a shift towards republicanism and democracy in Europe, which diminished the role of traditional monarchies. This shift politically reduced the influence of royal families, including the Habsburgs, as governance moved away from the hereditary rule to elected forms of government. Economic changes, such as the rise of capitalism and industrialization, altered the social fabric of Europe at the same time. Aristocrat families, who traditionally held power through land ownership and feudal systems, found that their economic bases eroded. The Habsburg family was experiencing a decline in numbers due to low birth rates and changes in family structure. Modern trends show a decrease in family size, which is a global phenomenon affecting many traditional family systems. The 20th and 21st centuries have seen significant cultural and ideological shifts, including the rise of individualism and the decline of traditional societal hierarchies. And at number 1, we've got the House of Zogu from Albania. Originally known as Zagoli during the Ottoman era, it is a prominent Albanian dynasty family with roots tracing back to the early 13th century. Currently, the House of Zogu is facing potential extinction itself due to several factors. The current head of the House of Zogu, Prince Lika II, is the only living male descendant of King Zog I. He has no sons, which raises significant questions about the future leadership of the house. Their current heir presumptive is Skendu Zogu, who is Prince Lika's first cousin once removed. The fleeing of King Zog I and the subsequent establishment of a Marxist regime in Albania led to the abolition of the monarchy. This effectively ended the political power and influence of the House of Zogu in Albania. The political landscape in modern Albania has changed significantly since the time of King Zog I. The restoration of monarchy is not a priority in contemporary Albanian politics, further diminishing the relevance and influence of the House of Zogu during modern times. During their long period of living in a foreign country, members of the House of Zogu have integrated into other cultures and societies. This integration has diluted their distinct identity as a royal house, making it more challenging to maintain a cohesive family legacy. Like many traditional family systems globally, the House of Zogu has experienced a decline in numbers at the same time. And with this, we wrap up this video. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you find our channel interesting, then subscribe. Thank you. See you in the next video.